Okay, so I put a warning at the start of this video, but I would just like to clarify that this whole video topic is on a very, very sensitive subject. So I'm going to be diving into the allegations against Melanie Martinez. If you don't know who Melanie Martinez is, she's a singer. She's more on like the alternative side. But I don't want to say I used to be like a fan of hers, because I don't really know what to think now after, you know, hearing all of this stuff that I'm about to tell you guys. But I did attend her concert back in 2019. I went to go see the K through 12 tour, and I actually watched the movie like the other night, and that's what gave me the idea to do this video. Oh yeah, and as well, I was driving, I don't even know where I was driving to, and one of her songs came on the radio, and I was like, oh my god, I remember this song. And then I was like, oh my god, I remember reading or watching a video or hearing something about some things that she's allegedly done. So I was like, right, I'm going to go home, I'm going to research this, and I'm going to turn it into a video, and that's exactly what I've done for you. And also, I would just like to clarify that I'm not taking sides on this. Of course, I've researched into, you know, both sides, but there's a lot of evidence and there's a lot of contradicting evidence. So I'm not on any side here. I'm just here to, you know, give you guys information and entertain you. So that's all. So don't ask me for my personal opinion. I don't know. So for a little backstory on Melanie Martinez, she's a singer. She became famous back in 2012 when she appeared on The Voice. She sung a cover of Toxic and it immediately went viral. Then in 2015 she released her debut album Cry Baby, and that went viral as well. And that's actually when I became a fan of her music. So on to the allegations. Back in December of 2017, Timothy Heller, who was a former best friend of Melanie, came out stating that Melanie forced her to do inappropriate things without her consent. So Timothy shared a very lengthy post on Twitter stating the following: I have kept this a secret for years, convincing myself that it wasn't a big deal and I wasn't hurt by it. The thought of accepting that my best friend R-worded me seems insane. Even typing that doesn't feel real to me. I started telling this story to those closest to me as somewhat of a joke. Haha, can you believe this crazy night? But I began to get responses I wasn't expecting. Concerned ones. It's hard to say someone you love R-worded you. Someone you still love. The thought of writing this and having the world see it terrifies me, especially because of who this person is. This was my best friend. She took me in, which I was so grateful for. I felt like I owed her my life, and my life began to revolve around hers. I had my own problems, but I would focus on her life. I could put off dealing with my own inner turmoil for just a bit longer. Some of her fans became my fans, but their loyalty never strayed from her. They are dedicated. She's perfect. To the public, she can do no wrong. She's there for her fans, she gets it, she's different. When faced with a friend who really needed help though, I can honestly say she let me down completely. During the most difficult time in my life, my rock bottom. Her power and control over me grew and grew, and I was silenced. While being open and realising how much help I needed, I was made to feel guilty. I had to apologise for having an extreme panic attack where I thought I was going to die, because it ruined her night. Endless incidents like this, I had become a problem. Yet, through it all, I loved her. Codependency works in a lot of strange ways. In my relationship with this friend, I was dependent on helping her with her life. As soon as I needed a small bit of focus and support from my best friend, there was nothing for us to relate to each other about. Our friendship was about her. The power she had over me grew into me having a very hard time saying no to her. I would do almost anything for her. One night during a sleepover, she became increasingly interested in my sexual preferences. As someone who had previously been through sexual abuse, sex is hard for me to talk about. I was obviously uncomfortable, but she was my best friend, so I tried to be open about it. The conversation never seemed to end though. I had work very early in the morning. She began asking me while in bed if I would have sex with her. While being incredibly uncomfortable by this offer, I attempted to laugh it off. I had a boyfriend at this time, and she knew that. He doesn't have to know, it's not a big deal. It went on for hours, asking me why I didn't want to, that it would be fun. I repeatedly said no. I had work in the morning, I just wanted to sleep. I was exhausted. I attempted to sleep, but was kept up the entire night by my friend begging me to sleep with her. It seemed strange, but she was my best friend. I said no and I thought we could move on. The next night, unfortunately, went the exact same way. Regardless of my response the first night, she was not giving up. If she had gotten the hint, she didn't care. I was exhausted. She convinced me to smoke weed, and since I had a hard time saying no to her, I complied, thinking maybe then I'd just be able to fall asleep and avoid the situation altogether. The same conversation began to happen, continuously trying to convince me it was going to be okay and it would be fun and feel good. I would say my boyfriend would be so upset. I really need to sleep. I have work in the morning. I said every form of no I could think of. As I lay praying to fall asleep, she began touching my arm. I allowed this to happen. Maybe she'd give up. This went on for maybe an hour. I got increasingly uncomfortable. I started giggling, saying that it tickled. I in no way wanted to make this a sexual situation. Can I just do this? Can I just touch your arm? Can I touch your boobs? She began bartering with me. All I wanted to do was to go to sleep. She began talking about the appearance of my boobs and begged to just touch them. We didn't have to do anything else. I was so exhausted and confused and high and belittled. I just allowed it to happen. This led to her touching the rest of me. I never said yes. I said no repeatedly, but she used her power over me and broke me down. Just so there was no confusion, I was molested by my best friend. I lay still in shock, completely not reciprocating. I hate speaking so bluntly on this because it makes me extremely uncomfortable, but she performed oral sex on me, and then I was penetrated with a sex toy without being asked. That's what happened. The bottom line that I need to always remind myself is that I said no for 2 nights straight. It doesn't matter that I didn't resist during the action. I had been broken down. She knew I didn't want to. I made that clear. I didn't scream at her. I didn't force her off of me. 1, because I loved her. 2, because I just wanted it to all be over. We never talked about this night ever again. While it completely messed with my head, there was no way I could have been R-worded by my best friend, right? Our friendship ended because she decided she didn't have time for me anymore, to worry about me anymore. She cared too much about me. It was holding her back. I'm not sure how to end this story. I'm terrified of the response I'm going to get. The only reason I do this now is because I'm hoping, because of recent events, people will believe me. If you begin to doubt the abuse taking place in this story, I beg you to imagine her role in this being a man. Girls can R-word girls. Best friends can R-word best friends. Friendship does not equal consent. Silence doesn't equal consent. I wish it wasn't so hard for me to convince myself of these things. So Melanie responded the following day on Twitter stating, "I am horrified and saddened by the statements and story told tonight by Timothy Heller. What she and I shared was a close friendship for a period of time. We came into each other's lives as we were both starting our careers as artists, and we tried to help each other. We both had pain in dealing with our individual demons and new paths we were forging, but I truly felt we were trying to lift each other up. She never said no to what we chose to do together, and although we parted ways, I'm sending her love and light, always." So after this whole incident was revealed, the internet split in two, with the hashtag Melanie Martinez is over party spreading around like a wildfire. Fans shared videos of them destroying merchandise, while others aggressively defended the singer as they couldn't believe that she could commit such a horrendous act. Timothy Heller posted several videos of her addressing the situation, and Melanie Martinez fans tried to find inconsistencies in her story. When presented with a date of when the alleged incident happened, fans then confirmed that Melanie was actually in a different state, performing at a concert, so how could this have happened? Timothy posted a video on TikTok, actually not too long ago, stating how the whole situation and her coming out against her abuser ruined her life, and that she's still dealing with the after effects to this day. Okay, so that's everything I've got for you guys. Again, that was the allegations against Melanie Martinez. If you like the video, consider a thumbs up and a subscription or something. I don't know how to do this shit. Also, before you guys leave, I made a new TikTok. I've still got my main TikTok, but I also have a second TikTok, which is just for like YouTube, like my shorts and stuff are going to get posted over there to try and get some more engagement. As well, I also made a Twitter account, or an X account. I've never ever used Twitter in my life, so I don't know how it works. I've never been interested in it, but I don't know, it's good or something. Everybody's on it. I don't know. So yeah, consider following me on there as well. I don't know. But thanks for watching.